All right. With the announcement of Psychonauts 2 came the announcement of an invincibility mode, and gamers are mad about it. Let's talk about easy mode in games. All right, you know what? I'm just going to call him out on the carpet, okay? This is going to be a video dedicated to him, okay? Colin Moriarty, we're calling you out, bro, for what you said. But he did change his tune about the things that he said, okay? And I still don't agree with everything that he said.
Oh, he did. Because that was the tweet that I saw. So how did he change his tune? Well, go into the first tweet, and then how did he change his tune?
Okay. So I don't have the tweet pulled up, but essentially what it had said was...
You plebes play in easy mode or worthless.
Yeah. If
your opinion is worthless.
Well, that's the thing is he had quote tweeted someone saying... They had said, I will never play games on normal. You know, this is someone in the industry that he's quoting saying, I will never play games on normal, you know, because I don't want to. Like, I have never and never will complete a game on normal. Like, I play on easy. And his argument was, if you're going to work in this industry, you are not playing the game as it is intended to be played. So, therefore, if you don't like video games... Because he's saying if you're not going to play on normal, you don't like video games. If you don't like video games, then don't work in this industry. To which a lot of people were saying, there was I think Steve Saylor, or there's someone on the internet, I can't remember his name, but he had quote tweeted him, and he's disabled. And he's like, oh, so my opinion, since I'm disabled, and I play on easy mode, my opinion on games doesn't matter. Cool.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
On his podcast... The next week or a couple days later, he, addressed this whole thing and was like, I never meant to say that against, disabled people or whatever. He's like, here's the thing is if you refuse to try the game on normal and you're only going to play on easy, you don't have any, skin in the game because you didn't even try it, and I think about like when you play, one of his co-hosts was like, if you play Halo, back in the day, Bungie was like, heroic is the way the game is meant to be played, is on heroic mode, which is true. If you ever play heroic, it's a challenge. But most of us finish that game on normal, right? And we all love Halo.
I did Legendary, but yeah.
I mean, I played Legendary with friends. I didn't do Legendary by myself.
You didn't do it by yourself?
Okay. I did it a couple times, but not. I'm not like, I'm not that good at games, is what it comes down to.
Well, it wasn't a matter of being good. It was the only thing out there.
Yeah.
You didn't have 4 more stories lined out that you had to get through in order to get the whole story.
Right.
So, yeah, if you came around and you love playing CE, you had it for a couple of years, and you dabbled in Legendary. And if you got somewhere with it, then you're like, hey, I can do this. So, I finished it on Legendary.
Yeah.
But games are different now.
Yeah, games are different now. And the thing that gets me about this whole thing was, if you're not going to play the game on normal, and he's gone to say, he's like, I haven't been able to finish games because they were too hard. Like, I had to drop it down to easy because, it was too hard for me. But I put that in my review, right? Mm-hmm. That, the game was blah, 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 blah. It was too hard and yada, yada, yada. How do you feel about this whole thing?
Just... My gut reaction when I first saw that tweet was, what a gatekeeper comment is what it felt like. And then it was like, okay, gatekeeper, yeah, this makes sense from him because he has a position to protect. He has a voice, a platform that that he feels like he needs to protect in order to be legitimate, right? That was ultimately where I came down on it. And then in the days since, I didn't see anything or hear anything about any kind of retraction or smoothing things over is what it sounds like. But I can very much see that being the opinion of a lot of people that have been in the industry for some time. And it makes sense because they have to make a living at it. And so they have to make it sound like their opinion is somehow elevated. It's at a different level, it's elevated above people that are, whether it's for entertainment purposes or for hobby, or if they are dabbling in trying to make it something of a career and they're just trying to get their foot in the door someplace. It takes all of those people and just says, forget about you. And I really don't like that, because I feel like I know some people that are in the position of trying to get their foot in the door and get their voice heard. And those voices to me sound just as legitimate as a Colin or a Greg or some of the big names that have been out there for some time. And it just seems wrong for them to not be inclusive and to say, because they're playing on easy.
In a world that's full of social inclusivity, right?
Yeah.
This is where we draw the line on playing on freaking easy mode.
That's the hill they're going to die on.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know. It feels very...
Well, and here's the thing, too. It's one of those hard things for me where I see both sides. My gut reaction when I saw the tweet was like, okay, Colin, it doesn't matter. Most people don't even finish the games that they buy. Most gamers do not even finish their games.
That's true.
So why does it matter? What? Because,
like I said, because there's a position that they have to protect.
Yeah,
there's a job. There's a job that they have to protect.
Okay, now here's another like kind of difference though. Let's say I finish Uncharted 4 on. We finished the Uncharted games on easy, which I still felt like was a challenge. We got the story, we got the gameplay. I for sure got the gameplay beats. I will never play those games again. Like, and I can guarantee you that I wouldn't have finished. I mean, I can guarantee you that I would have had the same feelings had I played on normal, hard, or anything else. Yeah. And there's some people out there that love playing, like on, insane mode and like, crazy difficulty and all this other stuff. Games are meant to be enjoyed. Like, that is the whole purpose of games. And if you're going to try and review it professionally, you need to finish it for sure. To at least, if it depends on the type of game too. It's like, are we going to put, 100 hours in Rocket League before the Rocket League review comes out? Because that's probably how the game should be reviewed, honestly. There was just a lot of arguments that didn't seem fair to me, in this whole kerfuffle. It's because you can't blanket statement video games as being one thing.
Yeah.
But I do think he had a right in saying, like, if you say you're never going to at least try to play games on normal, then you probably shouldn't be reviewing video games. It's like, okay, maybe to have such a, kind of pompous stand and say, like, no, I'm never going to play games on normal, I'd probably make fun of that person too. It's like, well, why? Like, why wouldn't you at least try,
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Where does he review at? Who's he work for?
He's his own thing. He was editor.
I'm sure he has a blog. I'm sure he publishes his articles
actually
somewhere out there on the internet.
He has like the top nerd culture Patreon. Like,
okay.
Yeah. So he does his own stuff.
So here's the thing. His reaction going on to Twitter is limited and not nuanced, and makes him sound like a real jerk in this case. Just tossing his 140 or 240 characters, however many it is now, out there, did not contribute to a well-rounded discussion where people could reason and argue in a reasonable fashion. Had he put an article on his site detailing why he feels that way, that would have played a lot better from the get-go, and he would not have seemed like such a jerk.
Well, and that's the thing is, in a position of safety, going on your podcast the next day or 2 days later and being like, my opinion, and that was how he ended the conversation.
No, I didn't mean to call you plebes.
Yeah, he didn't say that though. He's like, my opinion hasn't changed. He's like, if you don't want to play games how they're meant to be played, then don't be in this industry. That's pretty much what he said.
Yeah.
And sorry, Colin, we disagree. And Colin Moriarty, this is a direct challenge to you. I'm the wannabe critic, all right? It is what it is. You always say you welcome confrontation, you welcome arguments, you welcome all this stuff. Yet here we are. I've been saying stuff on Twitter to you before, and I haven't heard anything back from you. And maybe it's just because I'm a plebe, I'm a nobody. I play my games on easy sometimes because I want to play them and get through them.
Gabe, you're a simpleton.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm a simpleton and I'm not very smart. So, if you want to debate this topic further, I would love to come on your podcast and talk about it. Colin Moriarty. So, but it's never going to happen. He'll never even watch this, so it's fine.
No, but I heard you issue the challenge.
Yeah,
And
I did issue the challenge.
You're a
I'm
brave
not scared
man for doing it. You're
I'm
a
gonna
brave
clip
man
it.
for doing
I'm
it.
going to clip it, and I'm going to tweet him at it. I'm going to tweet at him about
There
it.
you go. There.
So.
Ooh, you're going to at him?
Oh, I will. I'll add him.
Oh, whoa.
It's happening.
You heard it here, folks. Shots fired.
Shots fired. Yeehaw. Well, whatever possessed you to check out any of the content that you saw today, I just want to say thank you so much for doing so. If you check the description down below, you'll see that there's a variety of different projects that I'm associated with. This is Wannabe Critic Productions after all. So I just wanted to say, if you enjoyed what you saw today, consider giving some of those other projects a chance as well. There's a lot of stuff that I'm a part of that that I do. If you were here for me or for someone else that you saw today, again, just thank you for checking it out, and I hope to see you again. But until next time, I'm Gabriel Fast, and I'll always be the Wannabe Critic.